Hello, today we are going to look at an overview of how the divine principle can be of use to help couples build a flourishing marriage. The following advice will follow paradigms that unificationists will recognize because they exist within the divine principle itself. The revelation that unificationists study is called the divine principle. In essence, the divine principle expresses the idea that successful lives, families, faiths, and organizations are built upon certain universal principles. And the divine principle seeks to explain what those principles are. We start off by looking at the 7 principles of creation. These principles describe how humans and organizations seek to achieve their goals. The principles we use to achieve our goals are always the same. We can use more of them or less. The more we use, the more successful we are likely to be. Unificationists are familiar with these 7 principles because they are drawn from the outline of the principle of creation, the first chapter of the divine principle. We will seek to help couples understand these 7 principles and how they apply within a marital setting. First, there is the principle of mind and body unity. Ideally, the couple should have a reasonably clear idea of what kind of marriage and home they wish to create together. The clearer the intention, the clearer the mutual understanding, the more likely it is that they will achieve their desires. Second, there is the principle of dual characteristics. This principle asks us to consider who can help us achieve our goal, which, in this case, is my spouse. But also, many other interested parties are willing to help. Moreover, in this principle, partners are asked to consider the complementary strengths they both bring to the marriage. Additionally, it's useful for partners to both learn about the typical gender differences and how they often manifest themselves in a marriage. This will help them both better connect with each other. Third, there is the principle of give and take. Give and take involves the diverse types of communication that partners use to build a common understanding of all the different issues intrinsic to a marital family. This might include the ability to discuss family finances, the education of the children, or how they will deal with their relatives. The more agreement partners have, the more contentment there will be. Fourth, there is the principle of love and beauty. All goals need something beautiful, meaningful, and enticing in them, something that draws us to pursue the goal, something that makes this goal worthwhile. Couples need to come to an understanding of how they will create joy, happiness, and a meaningful life together. The 5th principle expresses the idea that both partners represent God, and thus, they should strive to think about how to treat each other and other interested parties, their children, in-laws, and communities, with respect. Principle 6 asks partners to consider what they need to grow for their marriage to succeed. Both partners start out as learners in the art of marriage, and ideally, through education and practice, they become experts over the years. What growth needs to take place for this to happen? Lastly, principle number 7 seeks to help us understand the role that vitality elements play in marriage. Vitality elements are feedback messages, helping us understand whether we have done well or whether something needs to be improved. Couples can help each other immensely by giving feedback in the right way. The fundamental proposition revealed to us by the 7 principles of creation is that if partners can live any of these 7 principles to a higher level of competence, then the quality of their marriage will improve. Hopefully, if partners understand the reality of the 7 principles, they will dedicate themselves more fervently to using them for their own, and everyone else's, well-being. These 7 principles are needed whenever we seek to achieve any of our goals. The more complex the task, the more we need to consider all of them. Imagine a business that didn't have a clear goal, that didn't hire the right people, that had poor planning and communication strategies, that produced a poorly made product, that didn't respect its staff or customers, that didn't offer the necessary staff training, and had no feedback mechanism so it could understand why people didn't like its products. The company would quickly die. These principles are so central to human flourishing that, since we are children of God, we must consider whether they are the core principles that God also used to create the universe. Because these principles are central to human flourishing, Schools and colleges would do well to teach them to children and continually set their students projects that allow them to use these principles to guide their project work. They should be second nature to us by the time we graduate. Even if we currently find it hard to achieve our goals, we can always learn to make better plans by using the above principles. Practice makes perfect. If a mentoring manual was designed to help couples, couples would discuss whether they feel they have sufficient unity on the numerous issues related to the 7 principles of creation. Level 2 worksheets and discussion aids would aim to help the couple discuss and agree on issues that need greater harmony.